Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. My name's Everett. Well, I was rather surprised at how fast it went from 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers, and so we're going to do another draw. I promised at 2,000 I would. So this time up for grabs is an 8-inch digital caliper. Yes, it's import, but it does work, and actually it works reasonably well. I'm sending this and a spare battery with it. And in addition to the 8-inch digital caliper, I have a little bit of a surplus on some of these cobalt drill bits in particular sizes. Half, 7/16, 17/32, 1/8, 3/16, quarter, just a small assortment. I'll throw those in with the caliper, and that'll be this draw's prize. So again, anybody who has sent in his or her name up until now on the other draws, all your names are still in the box, and it will be on the draw day. This time will go till noon my time, Mountain Standard Time, on Wednesday the 13th of February. And if you want your name in on the draw, just send me an email. Email link is down below. And you don't even have to be a subscriber. All I ask is you send me an email with your actual name. That way I can at least track you down after if your name gets pulled. But the thing about that is, doesn't matter where you live, Australia, UK, wherever, if your name is pulled, I'll send it to you. The only places I won't are places that I'm not allowed to by the State Department of the Government of Canada. Apart from that, anything goes. So, yeah, want to get your name in? We'll do the draw next week. And with that, thanks everybody for subscribing, and just the people who want to come by and see what's happening here, even if you aren't subscribed. I've gotten some really good emails from people, some really good suggestions and ideas, and even a really big nudge in the direction of one other project, which is going to be modifying the mill. So you all know who you are. But anyway, thanks for your support, everybody. I appreciate it. Again, I'm just a hobbyist, liking to build stuff in my garage out of, well, half the time out of junk, and I'm glad enough of you find it interesting. One other thing that happened today that was kind of fun, it's Friday the 8th of February, was I got a little letter in the mail from David Taylor over in the UK, and he sent me one of these little Zeus cards. Now, I know I have a copy of the Black Book and the Machinery's Handbook, but I was actually really impressed with this little thing. It's got all sorts of stuff, and especially for British stuff, like British Standard Fine Thread information, British Association tap drills. I haven't actually gotten that much information for British and English type stuff. It's a really neat little card. It's got some really neat charts, even on tolerances, bolt hole circles, some really interesting information on sheet metal bending and Morse tapers, which is going to be quite handy because there's some Morse taper tooling I want to make for my lathe, and you'll see that down the road. So this will come in quite handy. So again, thanks very much, David. I appreciate it. Thanks for all your good comments and such, and the stuff you've been able to share with me just even through email. So thanks, man. Appreciate it. Otherwise, rather than just being a quick little blurb about a contest, I figured I'd throw a little bit of machining in. Hope you find it interesting. One project I've been wanting to do for a while is to make a small adapter to mount my secondary camera to one of these import Dovetail style dial test indicator bases. I have my Brown and Sharp best test here, and I'll be taking the measurements off of the Dovetail here, but what I need to do is put that on this piece. This is, well, I think I used it as a mandrel for a project some time ago, and it's just been sitting in my junk bin since. It's a piece of one of those spring U-bolts that I use on all sorts of things. I got a 1/4-20 wing nut, plastic washer here. I can't remember if I made this or if this came out of something else I junked. What I'll need to do is extend the threads on this shank here, make a little bit of clearance on this shoulder here for the wing nut, and then put the dovetail over here. My best test here, I took measurements, and there's the furnace. Across the flats of the dovetail, it's 233 thousandths. As far as the actual body plus dovetail is 669. minus the dovetail, well, body across minus the dovetail is 604. So the height of the dovetail is about 65 thousandths. And then I'm using 1/16 inch drill bits there as, well, round pins. And you got 341 across the pins, 341 and a half. So I have my basic dimensions of what I need. What we're going to do first is use the lathe, extend the threads, and then make our clearance on the shoulder. First things first, this shank here is about 263 thousandths, so that's a little bit too big to be threading on. We'll take about 15 thousandths off of it. There we are. 245, perfect. Just what we're looking for. And take our die stock and 1/4-20 die. And just for kicks and giggles, spin the die stock around. And run the square edge up against the base of that shoulder, just to get a bit more thread. All right, that'll work. That'll create some space on this back shoulder here for the wing nut wings as it gets up to there. I've already set the compound to an approximate angle, and this portion here is just going to be freehanding it really. Now it's just an approximation on the angle. Well, that's a heck of a guess. Okay, I'll take it. That's what I needed. That's all we needed to do on the lathe, so over to the mill we go. To start with, I'm going to cut the flat spot on the top. It needs to be 234 thousandths wide, which, if that's the cord length this way, the depth of that cut that I have to make is 24 thousandths according to the math. And I've set up a dial indicator here. I'm just going to bring this down, touch off. There we go, we're touched, which could be taken in more than one context. And I wouldn't argue if it was in the other context. Down 24 thousandths. There we are. Using a 3/8 end mill. Yeah, that looks about right. And we're going to take 33 thousandths. Right. Yep, I like it so far. Yep, like it so far. There we go. Zero it. Using the nicotinometer, just dragging it there. Using the cigarette paper, it's just starting to catch there. And this stuff here is only 1.5 thou thick, so I know we're within about 1/1000th of where we need to be. So I set my 0. That's our new plane there, because we changed cutters anyway. Just touching. All right, let's see where we're at. Well, I think I'll call that good. Yeah. Snug her down. Yeah, that's nice and tight. I think I'm going to leave it at that. There we go. There we go, that's what I needed. I just need to do a little bit of deburring on it and we can give it a try. My apologies, the furnace is running again. Hopefully you can hear me clearly enough. But as I say, it's nothing really crazy. Got our adapter here. We'll spin the wing nut on. And what we can do is spin this onto the camera. Pretty much almost till it bottoms out. It's right about there. We'll point the dovetail toward the rear of the camera. Snug down the wing nut to lock the stud in place. Make sure that's right. There we go. And the plastic washer gives us a bit of forgiveness. Slide that into the dovetail. There we go. Set it in place, lock the knob, and we're good to go. So I'm tickled about that. Hopefully this adds a bit more flexibility in how to get decent camera shots, just simply because of the fact I've been using the tripod with this thing as a secondary camera, and this way it's just a little bit more flexible for my usage. So nothing really earth-shattering, nothing really super special, just some little specialty thing I needed. So yeah, it's been actually kind of a fun day today in the shop. Turned 2,000 subscribers this morning and got a little project done I've been meaning to do for a while, and got to announce a contest. So if you're interested in getting the 8-inch digital calipers and a small kit of cobalt steel drill bits, send me an email. Like I say, I just need your name. So overall, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks Harold for the cool shirt, and I'll see y'all next time.